Having a large plant in your entryway to welcome guests into your home is just the best. What do you do when that plant gets too big? In this video, I'm going to show you how to tame your plants. In the last 5 years, I've been collecting and growing a large plant in my home. I also have 3 children. I've mastered the art of keeping the plants away from the people. I'm going to show you how to do that now. So I'm going to be using these plant cages to tame my plant. The cages come with some clips to help actually attach your plant to the cage. 2 size clips there, quite a number of them. And it also comes with some tape. I think this is tape. It looks like tape. This is one really large plant. It's actually quite heavy. And I love that. Look at that. There's new growth there, and there's another new leaf over there. It's doing really well. And the last time you'd have seen it is when I was repotting it because it was root bound, and I put it in this very large, 30 centimeter pot, right? It is so large, and I put it on a tray. It had a tray for a cash pot, but it's grown really big, and I had to water it so many times with that tray. It was not sustainable. So I gave it a plastic cash pot where the nutrient goes. So today, I think what I want to do is actually take the plant out of this pot, pot it up again in this same pot, and make sure I've got some wicks. See, these are some wicks that I just put after the fact. So I hadn't put any wicks when I was repotting this plant the first time around. And when I put this nursery pot into the cash pot, there's a little bit of a gap at the bottom. And so I always have to make sure there's a lot of nutrient solution in there, which is a very risky business. So I would like to put those wicks in there to make sure that my plant always has nutrient solution, and then I'll also attach the cage. So let's do it. Okay, I'm ready to get going. I've got a bucket for my leca, I've got my dish, and I'm going to take my plant out of that. Oh, it is going to be heavy. Oh, that was not fun. That is my cash pot. I'll put that away. And, so these are some wicks that I put after the fact, right? They're nice and wet, but I'll need to put them in and amongst the leca instead of what I did here, because I didn't think to put the wicks when I did it the first time. So I'll put the wicks over there. This is going to be hard work, ladies and gentlemen, but you can see, look at those roots. Look at how cute that looks. And these are roots that are coming from the top, right? And I just tucked them into the cash pot and they are starting to take off. But look at that. Oh, I can't even show you that properly because the leaves are getting in the way. Right, there you go. Look at those roots. Whoo! This plant is, I don't know if I'm actually going to do my repotting like I wanted. It's so hard to do. I'm feeling particularly lazy this morning. So I had this plastic coated wire in there just to help contain the plant, which to be honest was doing nothing. And I've got a Velcro plant tie there. I've got these plastic coated rods in there, and I attached the plants to the, it was very ugly, very stopgap, putting out fires, lots of Velcro. Whew. So many Velcro plant ties holding leaves together. It is insane. Oh, I can't get that one out. Woo! Woo! But what that's done as well is there's a little bit of damage on this leaf. This leaf wanted to bring out a new leaf. I'll pull that there. This leaf over here wanted to pull out a new one, but the new one couldn't come out because it was nipped by the Velcro plant tie, which was on this one here. Woo! So I had two of these holding this plant together. My goodness, I even have, I'm telling you, a ribbon, like an actual, I don't know what the heck I was thinking. Look at that. It's just so desperate. Oh, look at all that I'm pulling out. So now that I've decided I'm not going to repot it, I don't need that bucket because I'm sorry, guys. I just don't have the strength to, it's so heavy. It's so heavy. I can't do this by myself. So this is how these work. So I think there's 8 of them in that pack. I think I need to separate them. There. 1. So I've got 2 of these. And the way it works is that this clips into that, and that clips into the other one. And that's how you're able to tame your plant, because the plant then goes in the middle where my face is over there. So it's just simply a case of clip in and clip in. Easy as. And then you can use the clips that have been provided to sort of put the plant where it needs to be. So, and the good thing about these is that they're coated. So in theory, it's not supposed to rust, which is good for my plant that's living in semi-hydro. So I've got my plant here and I shove that right to the bottom, and I will then get my plant to live in there. Ooh, I like that. So that's right at the bottom. Yes, I can see it right coming through right at the bottom. So while I'm doing this, I'll put my wicks back on. So they're pretty long, so I'll have some of it inside the leca, and this is going to be in the cache pot. So I'll use that to sort of push my wick into the leca, and it's just going to be dangling outside. It's the best I could do, guys. I am not repotting this plant. There, so that's hidden inside. So that leca there will be kept moist. There, I'll do another one. There, that's in there. That's good. All right, so now what I need to do is get my this, and put it on. This is going to be interesting because I kind of need to decide I kind of need to put the plant, make sure that the very long ones are actually inside that. See what I mean? So that's in there. I want the long leaves to be inside there, right, before I put that. That is going to be fine. This one's here. These are quite long, so I'll need to pull them over here. Pull this over here. And as I'm doing that, I am pushing that into my pot. Okay. I'm being really careful with this new leaf. I don't want to damage it. Oh, I think that's good. So now I'm going to do that. Try and oppose them. So the idea is to try and get these as close as possible so you can have that overlap happen. So right now, this is not ideal because those aren't close. Okay, so I will start again with this one. This is so much harder when the plant is so much bigger. So just try and get them as close as I can. I'll move this one a bit as well. This is good. There we go. There we go. This is exactly what I am looking for. Well, it was anyway. It's still too far apart. This would be so much easier if you actually grow your plants in potting mix. I'm just saying. This is harder because of the leca clay balls. All right, so now what I will do is use some of that tape. Oh, it's a kind of tape. So I've got that tape there. Okay, so that tape is holding that pretty nicely, and it's really easy to just clip that and it just comes off really easily. So that just reinforces that bond between the two of those things. Just do that. Okay, that looks good. Now I need to fix it on this side of things. Okay, so just making sure that everybody who needs to be in there is in there. All right, I'm gonna use some of these clips just to keep some of these ones that are less right, that was not very helpful. That are less obliging to stay. Just you stay there. But that's kind of moving. That's not really helping me. I think that's it. That is what I'm looking for. Ooh, man, it is so hard with these. So hard trying to get you to see. Okay, so now I need to get this one to live here. So, kind of pull this out a little bit. Like I said, if you were growing in potting mix, things would not be this difficult. It's a bit harder for me because of the leca clay balls. So that then now clips in there. That clips there. And then I can use my tape to sort of hold them together. Voila, held together. Whew, I tell you, this was a bit demanding. I don't even know if you guys can actually see what I'm doing properly because the leaves are just everywhere. You know what I mean? But this is good. I'm happy with this. So that didn't even clip in as much as I would have liked. But you know what? They're together. And that's all that matters. Whew! I actually ended up not needing these at all. I don't need the clips. Oh, that is where we are. That plant is looking amazing. That is the back of things over there. You know what? I'm really happy with this. This one, this leaf is a little bit damaged, you can see, but yeah, there we go. It could probably depart. Just got rid of that. And I'll bring my little area roots there and I will put in the rest of my wicks. I think I've only got one left really. Okay, that is in there. I like this. I really, really do. Just gives me a chance to get rid of some leaves that are not looking the best. Get rid of all this spent stuff. and just make sure that everybody is kind of happy where they are. So I've got the little, with the little leaves, the ones that, I mean, these leaves aren't going to get any bigger, right? The big leaves are going to come from the new root leaves that are coming out. So if something is looking a little bit suspicious, I just get rid of that. And I make sure that my new leaves, like this one here, are inside the cage. I mean, this leaf looks a little bit, I've damaged it a little bit. It's not too happy. Not much I can do about that, but look, I think this plant is definitely better the way it is now, and it's going to sit a lot better in its space. And the rest of my family are going to be really happy because they don't have to brush against this plant every time they're going somewhere. I'm just going to put my plant back in its cache pot, and that's the nutrient solution there. So just gather my big muscles and away we go. Oh, there we go. That is looking pretty decent. I mean, that is the nutrient solution from there. I'm just going to put it right back. I'm loving this. I think it's going to work so much better in my space. If you'd like to grab yourself one of these, just check out the link in the description to that site and you can have some lovely repotting with your own large plants. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I love big plants and I particularly love big plants in Leca. Check out this next video showing you how I transitioned my very, very large fiddle leaf fig from soil into Leca. I'll see you there.